3000.
What are you doing? My name is Maloney. This is the 3000 podcast. I'm joined today by Indi Giblin.
Yeah, that's
Did I get that correct, man?
Yep, Indi Anna Giblin.
And what's your middle names?
Jacques Christou. It's
People
weird.
fuck that up.
Yeah, I just never say it. I give up. I absolutely give up.
But Indy, are you named after Indy the
Anna
Trucks?
Jones. Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah,
Okay.
and Indy Trucks. So that's why they call me Indy, but like my full name's actually Indiana.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's like a bit of both.
Bit of both, yeah. There you go, man. All right, so you've got an interesting story. We're going to talk about the No Comply exhibition, or is it what is it a
Skate jam, art show. It started off as an art show, but then since we're hosting it at OCD, it's kind of like, fuck it, might as well skate. Can we swear?
Yeah, of course.
Sick.
Go
All
nuts,
right,
man.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, fuck it, might as well chuck a skate kind of thing in there because we got the space for it. It's awesome.
Sick. All right, so we'll get to all of that, but let's talk about your story, man. So you're a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
But tell us about how you grew up, because it might be a bit different to a lot of people that their stories of growing up.
Yeah, so growing up, grew up in Carrum Downs, Kazadee, which was beautiful, great place to be. And growing up, there wasn't really too much, but then the skate shop kind of started happening probably like 13 years ago. I'd say 12, 13 years ago now.
Yep.
And that's my old man and my mum, and they've absolutely killed it with that.
Yep.
So growing up with that was very different, but I was always in the skate scene, but not in it. I was like kind of just like a viewer almost. Because growing up, you know, I tried to skate a few times. It wasn't really my thing as much. I was more the music. So the graphics of the boards, the music, the clips and stuff, and from all the videos. Like I just remember watching Animal Chin 1,000,001 times when I was a kid.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff. So
So
grew
they
up very much
started that
around
when you were a kid already? So
Yeah.
they had no background in skate, wholesale, or retail?
No.
They just thought, we like skateboarding, let's start
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So my dad was a skater when he was younger with his brother, and he loved collecting skateboards. So he kind of got into the whole collecting of them when I was younger.
Yep.
Dropped a bunch of money into that, obviously, as most of those collectors do.
People go deep in that stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah. And then when I was really young, I wanted to get my first skateboard. So me and my dad went into a skate shop. I won't say much. I won't say what skate shop. We went to a skate shop, and my dad was like, "Fuck, this is shit. I can do this way better."
Right.
And then pretty
just
much
a bad experience.
Yeah, yeah. Like just like the dudes didn't really know what they were talking about. Like, you know, asking what size trucks, what board, and they're like, "Oh, let me check," like that type of stuff. So my dad's like, "Bro, this isn't a skate shop."
Yeah, it's pretty amateur.
Yeah, so like let's build a real skate shop, and he kind of very much cultured it towards the old school because that was his like, yeah, that was his thing.
Yep.
So we had all the PAL and all the old SMA stuff.
reissues.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of what we zoned in on, and that was fucking awesome for them to be doing all that, and then yeah, it's kind of grown into what it is now.
Yeah, and I guess if your old man's into that sort of stuff, having a wholesale account would be dangerous.
Yeah, it very much is.
Yeah.
It very much is. There's too many boxes lying around everywhere, man.
Yeah, but that's awesome. So he turned his passion into a successful business, and you saw that from the ground up because you're a kid just seeing it sort of blossom. So did they start with the warehouse?
Yeah, so it started with the warehouse, and because they actually owned a mailing business, so like all the politicians and stuff when they mail for the elections and stuff, they did all that like mass, like all the big long machines and stuff.
So the logistics are across with posting stuff out.
Yeah, like that's what they knew how to do that perfectly.
Yep.
So they had all that sorted, and that's kind of what gave them the in to OCD because they were doing it at the same time for a few years and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they finally got rid of I think it was called Malpro, Malpro Australia, and yeah, so we kind of took that space of the warehouse, filled it up with skate shit, and here we are. Like, there's a full skate ramp at the warehouse now.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff, because the shop used to be at the warehouse.
Yeah.
Which was actually really fucking cool.
Yeah. But it was mostly online, though?
Yeah. Online, they kind of killed it. They knew how to work it, all that sort of stuff, knew how to cater to people, advertise and market, so they've done well with that, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you spent a lot of time there mucking around on the mini ramp, playing with boards, all that sort of stuff. But skating wasn't your passion, though.
Yeah, skating was not my passion. As much as like I wanted it to be, and I tried getting into it like a million times. Like there was stints like over COVID, everyone was skating because it's the only thing you can fucking do. So COVID had a bit of a stint. Before that, when I was younger, I had a few stints. But yeah, just never really fully dived into it. But all my mates were doing it, so I was always the one there. But I was always the one just drinking and smoking on the side, and too fucked up to be able to skate. So I was like, yeah.
So then the art takes over?
Yeah, so then the art kind of, art really kind of kicked in about 2.5 years ago when I started tattooing. Because I started tattooing when I was, almost when I was 19. And I was never a crazy artist or anything like that, but growing up with my mates graphed and all that sort of stuff. But I was just never really, and I was always a viewer.
Yep.
Because music was always my thing growing up. I always thought I was going to be a musician.
What kind of music?
Everything.
Right.
I know everyone says that, but I love every genre. Like barbershop quartets, jazz, like everything.
And what do you play?
I play a little bit of everything. I'm not master at one particular instrument, but I can play enough to like produce. Right. If that makes sense. So like a bit of everything. Like my dad, he's a crazy trumpet player. He played that for a long time, so we got a lot of brass instruments at home. Yeah. And I did some work from Cranberry Music back in the day, so we got some instruments out of that, which was sick.
Yeah, sick. What do you use to like create your tunes on? Like
the Doors.
Yeah.
I used Ableton for a while because that's what the uni I was at, that was their kind of stock standard. Yep. Like Pro Tools is kind of the industry standard, or at least back then. Don't know about now, but...
Well, we're only talking a few years ago.
Yeah, but man, it changes so fast with all that sort of stuff, I feel like. Like Ableton is more techno, house, that sort of stuff. Pro Tools is a bit more, I'd say, everything else. With like Logic and all that.
Yeah. So then the music's always been there, but then the art. So you're, I guess, being surrounded by so many retro board graphics and even new school stuff, you're seeing all that, and that's probably influencing you without you realizing.
Yeah, 100%. Like when I started tattooing, all my flash was old skateboard designs because that's all I kind of knew in my head. It's like, oh, cool shit, look at the wall. It's like, oh, I can grab that, do some cool stuff with it. And growing up around the whole industry with, skaters, they're all riders, they're all drawing and stuff all the time. So it was always just in the back of my head.
Yep.
And then when I kind of got my first tattoo, it was like, fuck, I love this whole
experience.
Like, everything about it. Like just how loose it is, how fun. So I kind of very much go on that professionalism kind of thing.
So what was your first tattoo, man?
It was a Mac Miller one. Very simple, just line work, because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want it, blah, blah, like the typical. And then I was there every single week for the next 6 months, I'd say.
Yeah. And how did the family take it when you decided to have,
the first few tattoos, they were all like, oh, you can slow down, you can have a bit of time. And then I just started getting my knuckles, my neck, and it was like, they just kind of gave up.
But then how do you transition that? I guess you're hanging out at the shop, you like it. Yeah. You're like, maybe there's a career in this?
Well, I got really drunk one night and stole my dad's machine that he bought when he was really drunk one night off eBay. That's honestly how it started. And that was like probably after my second tattoo. And then I started tattooing all my mates every single day for free just because I loved it. And I genuinely fell in love with it. Like, I got paid my first day kind of tattooing at home. Got a call from my mate at 3 o'clock in the morning after I tattooed him the same day. It was my first ever tattoo. Tattooed his whole family that night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, they paid me. And I'm like, that was my kind of thing, like, oh shit, I can get money from this. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then, just fucking head first.
Did you go down the route of like a traditional apprenticeship?
Nah, not one bit. So I was probably tattooing for 3 months at home first. And then I started a shop in Frankston called Inkwells. And it was a very interesting shop to start with. The boss was a character. He's a legend, but absolute character. So working in Frankston, you're always seeing stuff happening. There was a lot of altercations and things like that. And it's kind of, I love that sort of stuff.
Was it an old shop?
Nah, it was a new shop. So I think when I was there, they'd only been around for maybe 6 months.
There's a lot of shops in Frankston now.
Yeah, now there are. There's like Frank Tats, Addicted. There's a lot of them. Like Alley Cats. But I don't know if a few of them are as active as they once were. But Frank Tats and Addicted, they're always going to be killing it.
Yeah. So then you started there, and how long did it last for?
I think I was there for 6 months. And then I moved up to Bond Beach at Full Spectrum, which that was a way better shop. They're more, what's the word? Put together, I'd say.
More cohesive.
What I mean? Yeah, more cohesive.
That's the one that's sort of near the beach there?
Yeah. So like where the station, they kind of moved it down a bit, but it was where the original station was.
Yeah. And how was that experience, man?
It was good. It was good. That's where I kind of started tattooing every single day, pumping marketing, doing all that sort of stuff, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. No. I just got a bit lucky on Instagram, and that was it.
But that's the whole thing, and that's where really I say this all the time on this podcast. Instagram changes a lot of things, but I think from knowing people that own tattoo shops, people came and worked for them that already had their own clients just from Instagram, which then kind of pushed out that traditional tattoo apprenticeship kind of thing. Yeah. Which keeps some people unhappy, but I guess things just evolve.
It'll keep the bosses unhappy. It'll keep the people who own the shops unhappy because they have less control over you, which that is something you kind of do want. If you want to own it, you want to be able to control the people who work for you. But I think now with Instagram and all those things, it's a lot harder for that to happen because if you're putting all these hours in yourself, you're not really putting it into the shop per se. You're putting into your own company, I guess.
Do you have older heads that say, well, man, you didn't go down the traditional route. That's not how you do it. They do?
Yeah, like, when I say I was the unprofessionalism, professionalism, like, I'd be like posting videos of me vomiting the night before a tattoo and being like, oh, sorry to my clients tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people didn't like stuff like that.
They DM you and say, man, that's not on.
They'd like respond to my story, just talking shit. And I just kind of like laughed at it because it's like the stories that they're replying to saying that, I got 3 bookings out of it or whatever. So it's like people actually love that.
Yeah, okay. And that's the other thing, man. Like, doing immature shit when you're young is like cool.
Yeah.
And older people see it, they're like, oh man, I'm so more mature than that. You're like, yeah, but you're not my age, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So like they're marketing towards a different age demographic. Where I kind of know my age demographic and what they want to see. I just want to put out what I'd want to see in an artist. And it's like say I do traditional. There's a lot of traditional artists out there. It's all kind of somewhat the same. You have your own somewhat style, but it's still the same. It's more about the person nowadays. Like that's what Instagram does. It's your face, it's who you are. That's who they're coming to get a tattoo off.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to sell that sort of part of it.
That's very smart, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true because... You know, there's a million traditional artists out there. There's a million tattoo artists. There's a million of any artist out there, whether it's tattooing or not.
Yeah.
So you've got to set yourself some sort of point of difference, and just showing your flash probably isn't it. You've got to show yourself.
Yeah, you do. And I've probably taken away from that a bit now. I've probably calmed down on it because it kind of did what I wanted to do at the start. So at the start, it kind of got people talking. There was a lot of shares, a lot of people talking shit, but that kind of helped me bring my stuff up because any publicity is good publicity at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Almost.
No, you do. You get that. You see that with people, you know, that don't like something. And, like, I've had rappers on here that people don't like. And they just go, this guy sucks. And you're like, man, you are just feeding into his algorithm.
Exactly.
So the haters just are pushing it forward.
Right, all those comments, all those likes, all those shares, it all helps.
Yeah. And I guess even if people are sharing it to their friends, like, look at this dickhead, that's still a share.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, I've had so many people where they've been shared my stuff from someone talking shit and they've actually booked in with me.
Yeah.
And they've told me that. And I'm like, right, well, there you go. Like, that's all it is.
It sort of does suck, though, because how much we all rely on Instagram now, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing that's where 90% of your bookings come from.
I get a lot from TikTok.
Okay, well, it's similar sort of thing.
Same social
media. Yeah.
It's such a big thing. And, like, word of mouth's obviously big, but, you know, coming into the industry, everyone told me word of mouth's the biggest one. It's the best one because you'll tattoo their friends, their family, all that stuff. I've noticed that, but I've definitely noticed social media has more power.
But, man, it's a generational thing. Like, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yeah.
So there's people that have been on Instagram for their whole life since they were kids.
Yeah.
So they're going to look at that more than they're going to trust where their uncle tells them to go get tattooed. It's just a different life.
Honestly, and social media is all a fucking facade. Like, it's all putting out what you want to put out, and it's all mental manipulation. It is. That's just all marketing and advertising is.
Yeah.
But it's trying to work your way and your niche into it and figuring all the cogs and shit out.
Yeah. Have you seen it change in your time?
It is now. Like, I reckon in the last 4 months, I've seen every single tattoo artist in Melbourne make a TikTok account. Every single one.
Yeah.
And I definitely wasn't the first or anything like that. There's probably been 10 or 20 artists that done pretty well on TikTok and kind of got it at good time and then got a bit of a following on it and helped. I was probably luckily one of them. And that fucking really does boost a lot. And gives you a chance to travel. Because say word of mouth, how far can word of mouth really reach?
Yeah.
It's more of a local community. You get big in Melbourne, you might be busy, booked out, but the second you go to, like, say, Perth or another country, it's like, oh, there's not much there.
Do you find, like, I used to use TikTok and I haven't used it for ages, but I would find that with that, people can put less refined content on there, like push stupid shit. Like, I've seen someone just go, they've got a second skin and there's all blood in it and they pop it and then and you're like, you probably wouldn't put that on Instagram, but on TikTok you like put it out there, it might go viral.
Yeah, that's honestly the way I look at it. Like, I've never really tried to put a TikTok together. It's just like, oh, that's there, that works, chuck it up.
And and it really is throwing shit against a wall, isn't it? Because, like, if you throw it out there and people don't like it, it just sort of disappears.
Yeah.
Where on Instagram, I feel like people are more like, I'm proud of this content.
Yeah. You definitely, like, even for me, it's like, I'll only post the tattoos I'm really proud of and stuff like that because I hardly really post on Instagram. Like, a lot of artists say, post 4 or 5 times a week, post 3 reels. If I'm lucky to post one thing a month.
But are your stories always going?
Yeah, stories always going.
See, that's the thing, man. Like, I think now it's changed the way that people consume that stuff. If you're proud of what's on your grid and you just pump the stories out, like, it's not how I do it on this because I've always got guests to talk about. But if you're trying to build a personal brand, that's probably the best way to do it. Keep your stories active and just keep your shit on your page that you like.
Yeah, pretty much. It's fucking pretty easy, really. When you numb it down, it's pretty simple, but it's actually doing it is the hard part. And
man, but it's a generational thing. Like I'm twice your age, but I've always tried to keep my finger on the pulse with Instagram and stuff. But there's probably people that are my age that are just like, dude, I don't fucking get this stuff, and I'll leave it to the young generation. Yeah,
and honestly, fucking leave it to us because there's more money for us, man. Like fuck it, I'll take it.
Do you know what, man? I love it though when older people, I mean like people older than me, like you know 50, 60, they smash their niche just somehow. Like the dude who just builds fences. You're like, that shouldn't be popular, but fucking somehow it is. I really love seeing that, man.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of older dudes, especially in the tattoo industry, because there's so much rich history, especially in Melbourne. We have such a good tattoo history. It's fucking awesome. And since they're all a lot older, like say Johnny Dollar's still around, he's still tattooing, and I've been yet to get a tattoo off him, but that's something I'll need to do.
Yeah.
But they've obviously killed. It was not really a niche anymore, but it was like the whole traditional and their whole thing.
Yeah, I think like every style of tattoo goes through waves, and we're seeing a lot of like black, solid black. That's sort of, you know, what you've got on your left arm there as well. We're seeing that but the traditional thing will never sort of die off, I don't think. Nah,
traditional, I highly find it won't, because it's more about what we paint. So like traditional artists, we paint flash, and you'll see the same designs painted a million times. But the second we stop painting these designs, that's when it stops being tattooed kind of thing. It's like the Tony Polito skull, like that crazy cowboy skull you see all the time. That's been painted a million times, but it's only kept going because everyone keeps pushing it. It's like traditional artists keep pushing it out, and that's the reason why it's still staying alive. Where the second we stop painting flash and doing all that, then it kind of dies.
Yeah.
Luckily, it has not happened.
Well, things go through cycles, as you see. Like, you know, people, I think, they push back against what their parents like, and then everything goes through a cycle. You're seeing a bit of tribal come back in now, which people's parents probably got that 25 years ago. Man, do you see some crazy trends come in?
Oh, you do. Like the neo-tribal sort of stuff, and then cyber sigilism.
I was trying to remember that name the other day. So that's like the tribal, but it kind of goes like
it's very dainty and like art. Like it can be cool, but the application, you can't really say, oh, they're a good tattoo artist, because the application is always so like, it's just, you can just throw it on there and it just works, and that's the style.
Did that pop off because some celebrity started doing it or anything, or what brings that shit on, you know?
I reckon it was just because of a lot of people starting it at home and they didn't know the proper application of a tattoo.
And they're emulating that.
So the only thing they could actually do was this cyber sigilism sort of stuff. So I reckon that might have something to do with it. Not the whole thing, because it is there is an artistic part to it, because it's like the flow of the body. But you can see when someone just grabbed a cyber sigilism off Pinterest and it's been like, oh, that part of the body works, throw it on there. I'll try and scratch it in, and it does the job. But it's like, oh, you know.
I don't want to sound like that old dude, but I think there might be some cover-ups coming in the future.
Oh, yeah, it's more money, so I'm all for it. Blast it over.
Yeah, for sure, man. So you're still at that studio?
I'm at Zendaka at the moment, but I'm in the midst of moving. So I'll be at Carlisle in St Kilda next week.
Oh, with Hal.
Yeah, Hal, Bobby, all those boys.
Yep. Yeah, that's in my old neck of the woods down there in St Kilda. I've got a few tattoos from there.
Oh, sick.
They've still got 2 studios there?
Yeah, private and the main one.
Yeah, sick. All right. So, man, for someone who's only been tattooing for 3 years, you've jumped around a lot.
Yeah, I have. I don't really like staying still too much, and I don't really put up with much. Like, I'm nice about it, but it's like, oh, all right, on to the next chapter kind of thing. But, like say, Zendaka's been great. I've been there for the longest out of all the shops.
Is that Caulfield?
McKinnon.
Oh, McKinnon.
Yeah, so that's with Nate and Taj and Sam. And that's a wicked shop to work at. They're real fun. But I was just like, I just need a next chapter, next step kind of thing. And, you know, it's a trad shop, and I've always loved all their work. So it's like, I can learn off these guys. It's like sick.
So that's going to be your new home. But you have been tattooing there a little bit at the moment. Like
I did a guest spot there, a few weeks ago, and that was sick. Yeah, that was real fun.
Yeah, good shot, man.
Yeah.
So then so you've only been tattooing for 3 years, which isn't long.
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're maturing into it? Do you feel like you're a good tattoo artist now?
I feel like I'm getting there, but like there's definitely certain aspects that I want to be able to do a lot better and kind of master, because I am a perfectionist, but I just put a lot of hours into it.
Yeah.
And into everything else, because it is hard balancing the art side, because then you got to do all the social media side, which is a full part of the job nowadays.
Yeah.
So it is hard balancing that, because
scheduling, man.
Yeah, it's hard. Scheduling's hard.
Yeah. But that's the whole thing. Like, people DM you in your thing, and then you got to go put that into your make sure you don't double book and all that sort of shit.
It happens. I've double booked a fair few times.
Yeah.
I smoke a lot of weed, so I can only do what I can.
So then, man, that's happening. But then also you're curating the no comply.
Yeah.
Which, if people don't know, that's like a little skate maneuver. But it also kind of is. It's sort of. Will you tell us about the name and why you picked that?
Well, no comply. It's just. I think it's kind of a sick. Well, it's obviously a skate trick, and it works with the whole, riders and everything coming together. Because the whole idea behind it was, all right, I've got a lot of friends in all these different places in Melbourne and these different industries and stuff. Where it's like, I just want to throw them all together, see what happens. So that's kind of what I've done. It's just going to be a big party.
And man, how many artists have you got involved? There's a lot.
Over 50, yeah.
That's heaps.
Yeah, there's a fair few, and there's just been people hitting me up now, which has been sick. Brands been hitting me up, so it's just grown from what it was.
Yeah, it's like, if you build it, they will come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, man, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Like, I got AI, went on being like, artist proposal for an art show kind of thing. Threw that at some people, got some attention, and then the proposals changed like 5-6 times since that first one.
So now you've got some sponsors on board and stuff?
Yeah, got like ASICS, Itch Pig, Red Bull, OCD obviously, Zendaka. I'm definitely forgetting some.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, so it's kind of just like everyone coming together, which is sick.
All right, so 50 artists. When you started, did you think maybe I'll get like 15, 20?
Oh, I was probably looking around maybe 20, 30. That's probably a comfortable amount. But then I just kept talking to people, and people seemed keen to jump on, and I'm like, fuck it. Like,
so what's the parameters with the work, or you just say whatever you want?
Do whatever you want. There's like nothing really too big. Like, I've probably done one of the biggest canvases, and I didn't even mean to. I was just a bit lazy. But I'm probably going to change that and do a smaller one.
And how have you thought about how you're going to hang all these works and physically pick them up off everybody?
Yeah,
well, a lot
most people, it's all that sort of stuff. So it's like everyone's kind of dropping it off, picking it up, and then I've got to get all the information, like or what they want to present about their piece and what they want to say about it, get all the prices that they want to do. And I didn't think about any of this when I first started, so I was like, oh shit, and I'm doing it all single-handedly, so it's been a lot.
Yep.
But it's been awesome.
Yeah. You've got to think about, how do we accept payment? How do we get that payment to that person? How do we,
Yeah, so it's like there's obviously 1,000,001 things. So it's been like organising security, toilets, fucking Red Bull's bringing a Jeep, like a DJ Jeep. So it's like there's sets, so figuring out set times. Jackson and Lucy from Harry's, they're doing like a live kind of piece on the ramp at the start of it. So it's like all the logistics for all that sort of stuff, which I just never thought, I got to do that.
Yeah. Well, the hardest thing is doing the first one, man.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you'll have your checklist and you're like, all right, I didn't think of this stuff, but now I know for next time.
Oh, yeah, I reckon next year's will be twice as easy.
So it's going to be a yearly event?
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll become an annual thing, because after this, I'll probably make a website for it, because I'm not expecting to sell all the artwork on that initial night.
50's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so 50 is a lot. And so I thought if I make a website and I can start doing the marketing on the socials after it, because the whole idea wasn't actually about the night specifically. It was about using the night and then using the marketing from that to push it even further. So I think you'll see a lot more of a no comply push after the actual night.
Yeah, so then while we're still talking about this, tell us about, if people want to get involved, how they get there, man.
Just shoot me a text on Instagram. Simple as that. Yeah.
But you've done with all the artists now, so you just want punters to turn up on the night and buy artwork.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Honestly, I reckon it will probably sell out the way it's looking at the moment.
Okay, so how do they get tickets?
Online, on our Instagram, No Comply Art Show. It's just link in bio. But it will sell out, so it is kind of a good feeling to have the security of that. But it's like, I hate having people miss out. Like, even with tattooing, it's like, oh shit, I can fit you in. Fuck it, tonight 9 p.m. We'll just do it. I hate making people wait, so that's probably been the hardest.
So how much are tickets?
$22.
$22, and then they can get it on the Instagram, No Comply.
Yeah.
Don't turn up on the night because you probably won't get in.
Yeah.
If you don't have a ticket.
We might have a few on the door, but we don't know how much. Depends on the weather, because I've planned it all for the worst case scenario. So it's planned for rain and planned for all that sort of stuff. So if it's good weather on the day, then I might throw a few more tickets out there. But just in case.
Just in case. And tell us about some of the artists that you've got involved. Obviously, you can't name and rattle off all 50, but tell us about a few, man.
Trying to think who probably might excited for. Oh, Bradley Way from Carlisle. I'm keen for him. He does some folky sort of stuff, and he's an unreal artist. Honestly, a lot of the Carlisle boys, I'm keen to get them on. Keen to get Nate and stuff. He does that sick kind of Japanese with the hip-hop sort of stages to it, so that'd be rad to see. Even Taj Khan Tattoo from Zandaka, he's doing a really wicked piece. I've had a little bit of a sneak peek at that.
Yep.
It's big. It takes a lot of hours, but it's pretty fucking cool.
So you've mentioned so far just tattoo artists, but there's not just tattoo artists there.
Yeah, no, there's not. There's riders. So there's Nash from FH and all those boys. I think a few of the FH boys are doing it. Because I probably won't be able to announce all the artists till then. But yeah, so a few of the FH boys. Who else? I think some of the DTP boys might be doing it. Off the top of my head, it's kind of hard to remember them all. But yeah, there's just a couple. And then PMA Art. He does all that sort of graph stuff on old recycled paintings and shit, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty keen to see what he does.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that sort of stuff with the old paintings and then puts like the real bold lettering across it.
Yeah.
It fits into
like
the
chucking
background.
throwies on it and stuff. It's pretty sick. Yeah.
Man, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. Besides that, though, because that's happening, but you're also going to be, besides the art side of it, you've also got the skate jam, because you said there's a mini in there.
Yeah.
Or a full-size ramp. What are we talking?
Oh, it's like a mini with like I think 6 stair next to it. So it's actually pretty sick. We call it Noah's Ark because it's kind of like curved in a bit of an arc shape. It's actually pretty rad.
So is the skating going to be like, is there anyone that's like doing a demo, or is it just a bit of a free-for-all?
Just a free-for-all, honestly. Okay. I kind of like it that way.
Yeah.
No plan, more fun. And yeah, it'll be pretty messy. It'll be good messy though. Good organised mess. And Tommy's going to be emceeing that whole skate jam.
Yeah, man. Did you check out his episode a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. I had a little bit of a peek to that. He had some fucking interesting things. He's a bit of a legend. Tommy. He's been around for a while.
Tommy, and he's like, he messaged me the next day. He's like, oh man, I messed up some of the timeline. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, how you remember it's how you remember it. But man, it was a great episode.
Yeah, no, man, Tommy is a legend. I saw him just the other day as well, and he said he loved it. Yeah. His whole experience, because he loves all that sort of stuff. So it's like, even when I was put this together, it's like, oh fuck, I know the perfect dude to do the skate like jam emceeing. So it's like perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
Because his stuff with Curbside he's been killing it with that.
Yeah, man, it's so good to see. Like, you know, just following Curbside on Instagram and just seeing little kids do rock to fakies or whatever. It's like inspiring. You know what I mean?
Sick. Like, yeah, we went to that warehouse on Friday, like just like a old man's, or not an old man's thing. I was the youngest dude there though, by far.
I think it's a men's night.
Yeah, men's night. And I was probably the youngest there by a good 15 years probably.
Yeah.
But and that was awesome, honestly. Just on the little mini and stuff, fucking around. Like, I'm not good, but it was just fucking around.
Yeah.
And it's just good he's building that community and that culture again that we've probably seen drop off a little bit since COVID.
Yeah.
You know, because there's been less events now for anything.
It's hard, man. And you know, putting on an event, look, you're lucky you've got a warehouse that you can use.
Yeah.
It's one less thing to worry about, but there's all the red tape that goes with all that sort of stuff, making sure you got facility, security, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
And it's like, if I want to do something bigger next year and step it up, I'm going to have to find somewhere else to do it. So it's like, there's a million things to think about, but it's good fun.
I guess you could always think about a bit more outside and doing it in the summer months, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, next year I'll definitely do it earlier on in the year.
Yeah.
I just kind of had it spur of the moment, and when I think of something, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time.
One thing that I do think of when you've got 50 artists, it's like, it's one thing to get them to commit to doing it.
Yeah.
But then getting them to actually produce the piece and give it to you.
Yeah.
When there's a deadline. Because artists don't like those deadlines.
Dealing with 50 fucking artists is fucked. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been chasing everyone up a million times. But I expected it because I'm hopeless myself. So I know I wouldn't need to be chasing up 10 times. But it's definitely one of those things I'll think about next time. All right, someone else can help me out with it and hit up some people. But it's like, I'm the one who kind of has been reaching out to everyone, and I'm the one who kind of knows more. So I've wanted to keep it a personal thing. I don't want to have like a third party be like, hit them up. Because I think that would be more annoying. Yeah. If that makes sense.
But you've said you've had like Red Bull and stuff get involved. Yeah. Man. So that you must be doing something right if you've got some big brands that want to be involved.
Yeah, it's sick. And we've had a lot of other brands hit us up, but I've kind of been picking and choosing who. Trying to be a bit careful with it because everyone has a different sort of aspect, sort of niche.
Yep.
And, you know, especially tattooing, it's very political. The industry is very political. So you got to be careful with who you choose to associate with, I guess.
Yep.
Not too much anymore. It's gone way better. Yep. But it's still a part of the industry, as it is with a lot of industries.
Yeah. A bit of the older people don't like the way the new guys do it, or that these people aren't doing it the way that we expect it.
It's probably more like crew shit, honestly. There's been like a few crew things that I've had to like kind of sort out. It's like, oh, there's issues here, there's issues here. All right, let's dead that. Let's sort this out. Sweet, we're good to go. Sort of things like that. Because it is like, all right, this is beyond all that fucking bullshit. This is just community for domestic violence or for charity. Let's just have a good night and do it. And everyone's kind of really very much been, yes, sick, let's do it.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen on the 21st of June.
Yeah.
And when this goes to air, hopefully there's still tickets available. But if there's not, just follow on the Instagram and get prepped for next year. Yeah,
or we might, if the weather's good, we might have a few more tickets been thrown out. So that could be sick.
And what time does it start?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll start off with a bit of a country stays. I got a mate doing a few country songs. But he used to be a rapper.
All right.
Yeah, and he's actually unreal.
Okay.
So he's doing some pretty cool stuff. He's playing at, I don't know if I can announce one of the festivals, but I can announce Riding Hearts, which is a pretty big country festival. He's playing that. He'll be there. And Jackson and Lucy, they'll be doing a piece at the start of it. And then once all that's kind of dry and stuff, a few people will be scanning the ramp.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's just a lot of things going on that night.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It'll be a late one.
Hey?
It'll be a late one.
A late one, yeah. So how does it work? Have you got a license there or something?
Nah, so since Fireball, Fireball, that's it. That's another sponsor. So since Fireball is sponsoring it, all the alcohol is kind of free. So we're not actually selling alcohol.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
that could be dangerous.
Yeah, but you don't need a license when you're giving it away, fortunately. But we did have to get security for that. I don't think we legally had to, but it's kind of like, all right.
You should in case, yeah.
Just be safe, do it the right way. So we got Secchi's there, but so free drinks while stocks last.
Yeah.
Red Bull, might have some vodka with them, who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, for someone putting on their first event, you seem to have people come out of the woodwork. You've obviously done it in the right capacity, man. There's people I know that have been doing events for a long time that probably would struggle to line that sort of shit up, that are a lot older.
One thing I'm probably best at is communicating and networking with people. I love networking. I'm friends with everyone, so it really was just hitting up a lot of friends and getting a lot of favours, all that sort of stuff, which was actually really awesome to see unfold because, it's like, they actually do have my back. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty supportive, very supportive.
Yeah, sounds like it, dude.
Yeah.
So then, aside from the no comply stuff, tattooing, that's your main passion. Mm-hmm. With music still a little bit as well, or you don't have time for it anymore?
Don't really have time for it. Like, the closest I got to music now are probably a few mates who do music. So I help them out a little bit when I can, go to gigs, things like that. But yeah, not really into it too much myself anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just as you get older, man, and commitments and trying to do that sort of stuff, I guess you don't have time for those sort of passion projects as much.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I haven't lost passion for it, but it's definitely on the back burner now with tattooing because tattooing has completely taken over my life. It's all I think about, or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all that goes on in my brain.
Yeah, and when you were saying before about some of the older people don't like the way you do stuff, as long as you're passionate about it, I think that's all that really matters. Do you know what I mean? And you obviously you care about the history and all that sort of shit, so that goes a long way, man.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when I say, I didn't really do a normal apprenticeship, but everyone knows, fucking, what do you really know about tattooing, blah, blah, blah. But then I'll say, like, I kind of know my history of it because I really, really do love it. Like, when I was younger, all the rappers and stuff I liked when I was, like, 10 years old, like Ice Cube, I used to do my own, like, just, what do you call them? Like, not exams or whatever, but, like, essays about them. Just not even for school, just for myself. Like, just growing up, like, I had books of just people that I just write stuff and learn about them and things like that. Like that was, didn't even think of that. That's pretty old, yeah. Yeah,
so then with tattooing though, man, I've spoken to a lot of tattoo artists that I'm friends with that on this podcast, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's been, the last sort of 12 months has been pretty tough and you've only been in the game for almost 3 years. So you've come in at a busy time, but then, it's changed a lot in the last, year or so.
I missed out on that post-COVID boom. So there was a big post-COVID boom because you couldn't really get tattooed. So after COVID, everyone wanted to get tattooed.
And they had coin.
Yeah. So everyone had the money for it. So everyone was busy. Like, honestly, everyone that I've spoken to that was tattooing at that time, they were booked out. And now no one's booked. But I guess you just got to be on the socials to be booked. Really, that's honestly the biggest thing I've seen. But then you do see people trying to kill the socials and they're putting the hours into it, but they're just not getting too much feedback from it. And I think that's what is killing a lot of people's kind of momentum with it, that I've spoken to at least. But so I haven't experienced that myself, so I can't really speak on it too much because I've only seen a slow increase since I've started. I never got really big boom because it started with all my mates tattooing, so I was kind of always busy, and then it just slowly kept going up and up and up and up. I never really saw a drop off, really.
Yeah, you had the foundation there, and then it snowballs.
Yeah.
But I guess as you do more and as you become more established, people go, I want an indie tattoo.
Yeah.
Because they show their friends, and that's that word of mouth thing. It's still working like that, but probably more with the socials for the younger generation.
Well, yeah, because you hear about the names and then they're on their phone and then all of a sudden there's an ad for Indi Giblin tattoos. It's like, oh, I know that dude. He's tattooed a few of my mates. Click on this profile, then they're booked in.
So you do ads?
Yeah, I do ads.
I've never done that on Instagram.
Instagram, I found that I reckon it works. Yeah, I reckon it definitely works.
I've got that sort of skeptical mindset that if you get good reach and then you start paying for ads, you won't get the organic reach.
Natural.
Is that a real thing?
On TikTok, I feel like it definitely is. I haven't experienced it too much on Instagram though, but that's only because I don't post actually too often. So I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference because all the stuff I post, I boost.
Right.
Because I post so rarely. So if I do maybe 2 posts a month, I'll boost both of them. Right. Put $300 on it. And then
for over a month or over
Oh no, I'll just do it for 10 days. So I'll put up an Instagram, put up an ad, do the ad for 10 days. And then that's only 10 days out of the month, really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I guess if it's not to get too much into the finances, but you only need to land one tattoo and then it's paid for itself. It makes sense.
And if anything, it can be more for paid because that client could be a returning client. So it's like
it's return on investment.
It is. So really the profit that I've turned around probably isn't that much because I've invested so much money into myself and into things like this. Because all this stuff's out of my own pocket and stuff. But it's just, I know it's going to end up doing good. So it's like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, man. And that's the right mentality. There's so many young people that are trying to get into whether it's music, whether it's tattooing, whether it's art, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's so hard. But doing something like this, man, places you in it builds your network for you. You probably already had one, but it galvanizes you in within the culture and within the scene and, man, puts you on the radar.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what it's all about. Like, say at the expos, I'll tattoo all the Melbourne ones I'll tattoo at. And I'll go around my camera because even the last expo we had was so busy. Every artist there was just busy. And it was kind of a bit weird because there was some dramas with the last expos and the owner kind of dipping with everyone's money. There was a lot of drama with it.
Yeah.
So everyone was really skeptical on this expo. So it was like, oh, I don't know if I'll do it. Like, I paid the booth super, super late, I think a week before the actual expo. And I think a lot of people were like that because everyone was skeptical of it.
Yeah.
But it ended up being an unreal expo.
Right.
So Chris Jensen, he's killed that. He's done well with that, Melbourne Tattoo Supplies and all of that. And that'll be keen because they wanted to get involved, I think, a little bit. So it might be cool having a no-comply booth at the expo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just building all that.
I've been tattooed at a couple of those expos in the past. We're talking like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. But they look chaotic now, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of artists look at it as like, oh, I can get a quick cash grab here because you can make really good money. If you really knuckle down and you're busy, you can make good coin. So it is good return on investment, but it's also fucking stressful.
It would be, man.
Yeah, everyone just gets sick after it, and it's not really fun anymore. There used to be artist parties and everyone used to go out and stuff, but it's kind of lost that community a little bit just because of all the drama there's been.
Yep.
I feel like. But it's starting to come back.
Yeah.
Definitely starting to come back. So things like this hopefully will help out with that because these artists will see each other at the expos and stuff and be like, oh, saw you with no comply, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like, I think after anything sort of has a bad turn, you need a few years for, even though it's a different operator, and I don't know the exact story, but people...
Have you heard about it?
I have heard about it, but I don't know. I've had a few people say, oh, this dude took off, blah, blah, blah. But I guess like anything, when you bounce back, it's like a music festival or whatever. People are hesitant to buy tickets. They're like, is it going to go ahead?
Yeah.
So you need a few years up your sleeve for people to build the confidence back, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't think that expo will be returning anytime soon, the one that kind of got dismayed. I think that's gone for good. But it means there's room for new people to come in, take that space, which they have been, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
Like the Sydney's have a good expo going on at the moment, and yeah, I've heard a few mates talking about they want to do some stuff. So there's definitely things happening. Things in the works.
Yeah. When it comes to tattooing, do you use the newer machines or you use the traditional machines?
No, so I started on the coil machines.
Yeah.
And I'm on the rotaries now. I'm on the Bishops because they're so good. You just don't have to think about tuning them and fucking around with it. Because say if you got a coil, you're fucking around with it almost the whole tattoo sometimes. And the rotaries, you don't have to think about it. It's just in and there you go.
Yeah.
But coils will look cool for a lot of the time. But say they are useful for certain things like lining a back piece with like a thick bold liner. You'll want to smash like a Dan cube in it and just drill him. Like really, it's fun. Just hurt him. Just hurt the cunts. Yeah.
But you're still young, man. So I'm guessing in your early 20s, you don't really feel the tattoos as much. I know they hurt, but I feel like as you get older, it fucking hurts more and more. And you hear that from a lot of people, I would imagine. Yeah,
you do. And luckily, I've gotten a little bit of coverage, so I might be a bit safe. I'm scared for my back though. I haven't got my back done. Yeah. That's fucking scary as. Yeah. Even a lot of my front's pretty chill, but so there's not too much space left, but enough to be scared of. Yeah. Enough to be scared of.
Have you been lasered yet?
No. I don't know if I will get lasered. I'd probably rather just blast over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're always going to regret tattoos. It's part of it.
Yeah, we're in an interesting stage now where things are kind of not permanent because of that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like people go, if I don't like it, I'll just laser it off.
Laser's painful though.
It looks bad.
Yeah, for like, say if you want like a heavy, thick tattoo, lasering, it sucks. And then if you want to get a tattoo over that, it's going to suck even more.
Yeah.
So it's not a fun experience for anyone.
No.
But I do know, I won't say the name because I'm not sure what removery place does it, but there's one that do tattoo artists for free because we, I guess, send clients to them if like they give us the hookup.
Yeah. It's definitely an industry that's going to just get bigger and bigger as people make sillier and sillier mistakes or in their mind as they get older. You know what I mean?
I think the industry will definitely get bigger, but I think there will be a bit of a pullback on how many artists there are. Because since there's so many artists now, especially in Melbourne, we have a lot of artists. You get those people that aren't too busy and they can't really sustain it. They can't sustain being a tattoo artist because it's not easy if you're not busy. It's fucking really hard.
It would be, yeah.
Because you're a sole trader, you get no sick days, you pay your own tax, you pay your own equipment. So it's an expensive thing.
For sure. And it's really hard for those people who are sole traders or individuals with ABNs to get a loan. I'm not even mean a house loan, just like to buy a car or some shit. Yeah. So it's a hard financial option to pick, you know?
It is. You kind of have to be very confident and be willing to put the hours in to make it worth it.
Yeah. When it comes to young people who, might be watching this that are, 17, 18, coming up and want to get into tattooing, what advice would you give them, man?
Fucking text me. Hit me up. I'll talk to anyone. Like I've got a lot of people that I've been probably helping out a little bit. And I've always been a fan of it because people help me out. So you got to give it back somehow. And just learn. Just go to your local shop and just fucking watch them. If they try and kick you out, say fuck you and stay there. Sit in a chair and shut up. Just watch.
Be respectful though.
Yeah. Be respectful. Just shut up and watch. Yeah.
And draw?
Yeah, draw every fucking day. More hours you put into drawing, the more you're going to get out of it. 100%.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that a lot of people fall in love with the idea of being a tattoo artist, but when they have to actually draw and go through all that stuff, they're like, oh, fuck, man, this is daunting.
Yeah, because like you'll be drawing for hours the night before. You'll be late on the design that you've been doing, and then you're stressed as fuck. And then say you got a booked up week and you haven't drawn anything for it, you're just unprepared. You're fucked.
Yeah. And so with your personal stuff now, are you established enough that you can sort of dictate the tattoos that you do?
Yeah.
You are. And that's a pretty dream situation for a lot of people to be in.
It is. And I've got like enough homies, I guess, because I'll do other styles very rarely, but sometimes enough for me to break it up and be happy with it because doing trad every day, it can be tiring.
Yeah.
But say, do something different here and there, it's kind of perfect. But that's not really to my public clients. It's more just to my homies and stuff like that.
Yeah, someone wants their name or something.
Yeah, something like that. So, all right, yeah, cool, we'll do it. We'll smash it out. But usually I just, do trad shit. It's fucking awesome. I love it. I love it.
But I think it is important probably for the younger people to be well versed in a lot of different kinds of tattooing because it probably takes a while, and you've been pretty lucky. You've established yourself well, but to find your niche early, because I think a lot of people when they start out, you've kind of got to do a bit of everything.
Yeah, definitely. My first probably 8-10 months, I was doing everything I could do. I've done some fucked up tattoos.
Really?
Some real fucked up tattoos.
Tell us about some of them.
A story I got. This dude got his finger chopped off. So this is when I was working in Freya.
Right.
And this guy wanted to come in and he wanted to get like queen bee across his knuckles. I guess that's what they called him apparently. And I looked at like his other hand and like his finger was like just frequently like recently chopped off. And I'm just like looking. I didn't say anything at the start, but I'm like, what the fuck's going on there? And then we started tattooing him. Starts telling me the story about he was asleep in his like fucking RV or something like a week before, and some dude that he owed money to came in and chopped it off for him. And I'm listening to him, I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah, righto. Like, and he's telling me, like, yeah, man, I was fucking, like, he was fucking on it. He was on one. And 5 minutes later, this dude walks past the shop, and the guy I'm tattooing just goes, fuck, like, ducking, hectic. And I'm just like, whoa, this is a bit weird. And it was just me and him in the shop. My boss was upstairs, though. They lived upstairs. And if there was any dramas at all, I could just shout to him, and he's the first man. You wouldn't want to mess with him. That's one thing I'd say. So that was good to have at Frankston. But yeah, so this dude kind of walked past, and then all of a sudden my client's gone to me and like, oh, you got my back, yeah, you got my back. And I'm just like, what? Fucking got you back from what kind? Like, I'm tattooing you, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, the dude who chopped off my finger just walked past. And I'm just like, fucking, yeah, right. So I'm like locking the door and shit, doing all this sort of stuff. Oh, there's been a few interesting nights there.
That's hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess people kind of, you're tattooing them and it's somewhat of a close experience, and the people think that you become really good mates. You're like, man, I'm just tattooing you, dude.
Yeah. And definitely you do become mates with some of your clients because you got so many hours with them doing stuff and that sort of shit. But yeah, some people you're not mates with.
And some people probably don't want to be.
Yeah, they're clients.
You got to keep it professional.
Yeah.
It's that whole sort of old joke about the barber and the hairdressers, and people get to know them really well. You know what I mean? It's still a client and a professional relationship, but people probably overshare and that sort of shit.
Yeah, they do. Like, we end up being therapists, which is actually kind of cool because you hear so many stories from people. Because people love to talk when they got nothing but 7 hours and pain on their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure, man. And the people are vulnerable at that stage. You know what I mean? Like, they're hurting. They're kind of like,
No, they really are. Like, you hear a lot of shit. Yeah. It's pretty nuts.
But it's interesting because so many people, even though it is a painful process, I think it is very therapeutic, the whole tattoo process for people.
Yeah.
They like coming up with the design, working with the artist, getting it done, healing it, showing it off, the whole process.
And people look at it as like a holiday. Like, you take a day off work to get a tattoo, and you don't want to be like having a shit day. You don't want you want to be able to get along with your tattoo artist. You want to be able to do all these things and have fun. Where there's like, I've had instances where I get a tattoo off someone and it's like they just don't even talk, it's fucking dead, there's no energy, and it's like, oh, this is fucking shit.
Yep.
So that's why I try and combat that. The first thing I do is like, do you want a beer, mate? Like, and there's been people who've told me like, man, I was so anxious coming in, and it's like the second you said a beer, my whole life just changed. And I'm just like, yeah, good on you, bro. Like, and then that sets the tone for the rest of the day.
But it's a fine line because, I'm sure you've been in shops where someone is really loud.
Yeah.
And then other people are in pain and they're like, this dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, you can't just laugh at them a lot of the time, or you just tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, it does happen. Like, I had this chick who was, I think, fresh off a 12, very, very fresh off a 12, and she just did not stop. I'm tattooing her, needles in her, and she's like moving around, taking photos of me, taking photos of everyone else. And she's asking me, oh, we're best friends. I think she's actually passed away, so
oh, Jesus,
rest in peace. But there's a lot of things like that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
So say if you're tattooing and they knock your machine, which happens rarely, but like if someone's like on something, there's a high chance it happens. So you kind of got to be understanding of that.
And that's why all the places now get you to sign something. I'm not under the influence, blah blah blah. All that sort of stuff. But I guess what the main thing is, if you're getting tattooed, is just to be respectful. Like, even if it is your first tattoo or whatever, don't bring 10 of your mates and make it an experience for fucking, Yeah,
because the second you start bringing a friend, it's not your tattoo anymore. It's all your tattoo, apparently, because they all have an input on it, which that is the worst thing. When someone's friend has an input, that's the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah, and it's not going on their skin.
Yeah, it's not, but it's like, oh, you should move it like just a little bit to the right, or like, what about a little bit smaller? It's like, fuck, no. Like, no.
It's not how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how so many people who aren't really artistically minded come up with these ideas and things that you could do with tattoos, and you're like, trust the professionals that know what they're doing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a reason why they probably say that's not going to work.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
Our favorite clients are the ones who just go like, oh, do whatever you want, man, and that's perfect. Like, they might give you like a little bit of a path to go down towards, but like freedom is the best.
Yeah. And that's what you want. But I guess now that you've established yourself as somebody who does the trad stuff, so then you can just work on your flash and let people go, I want that,
Yeah.
or this, but maybe I want that with this or whatever.
Yeah, so I tried pumping out as much flash as I could. I'd probably slow down a little bit now, but I was doing so much flash for a little bit. And I've got such a bit of a collection now that I don't have to draw too much for my clients. Like, I'll do the custom stuff whenever they ask, which is frequent, but also 50% of it is just flash. So it saves me time when having to draw the night before, doing that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Because, yeah, it'd just be a full day of just flash.
Are you doing it digitally, like with a iPad, or are you doing it like hand-drawn it?
Started off doing it on the iPad, but now I do everything twice. So I'll do it on the iPad, do it digital, make a digital version, and then paint the actual flash. I just don't really post my paintings as much, just because I feel like people don't really want to see it on Instagram. It doesn't get perceived as well. Where, say, something digital, it's technically perfect. Like, the lines are perfect, the shading's perfect. It appeals to younger people's eyes, I guess, a lot more, rather than an archer's paper with, like, you know, a line might not be perfect, the shading might not be perfect.
But that's kind of cool.
Up on, yeah, it's cool, but people also pick up on the imperfections, like, just subconsciously.
Yeah.
I think, at least, because the TikToks I posted, that was all digital flash. I only post my digital flash on social media. Like, you won't see my paintings or my flash or anything like that, really, unless you come into the shop and you see it on the wall.
Okay. And that's something you've decided to do, like...
I just kind of found out that's what I should do, because no one really was perceiving the flash as well, like when it was painted.
It's trial and error.
Yeah, just trial and error. So I think, but I still want to do the paintings because that's the trad way of doing it.
And what about, as someone who's pretty young, because I've asked older tattoo artists this, but someone who's pretty young, kid comes in, 19, wants something on their neck straight away, not really any other tattoos. What do you do?
Read them out a little bit. You try and read them out as best you can. If they're going to do it, they're going to fucking do it anyway. And sometimes, like, I've seen some really shit, like, say, neck tattoos were the first ones and they're fucking horrible, where it's like, all right, you could actually be kind of passed a bit better if it was actually done right.
Yep.
So you kind of got to take all of that stuff into consideration. But say if you're getting on your face, your first tattoo, fucking just tell them to get fucked.
Yeah, you would just shut them down.
Oh, yeah. Just be like, that's fucking stupid, bro. We're doing it somewhere else.
But see, that's kind of like the mentality that there was 15 years ago with neck tattoos or with hand tattoos. But as time progresses, people are like, oh, they're going to, you know what I mean? It just all sort of changes.
Yeah, and especially now that people are quieter, because people want more, like, you won't say no to as much stuff when you're quieter, just because you don't have that freedom to. Because at the end of the day, you got bills to pay. So if a neck tattoo is going to fucking put your lights on, you're going to fucking do that neck tattoo, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so neck tattoos, as long as they're, it's done well.
Depends.
Face tattoos, no. Hand tattoo. People must come in and want to get their first tattoo on their hand now.
I actually don't experience it that much. I feel like people, at least with trad, they kind of know you want to build up the sleeve first and then go onto the hands and stuff, because people are scared, or a lot of people are scared, because it is a fucking commitment, you know. It's a big commitment.
Yeah.
And I think you just got to talk to them, make them understand that it is going to change your life. Like, people will look at you a different way. Like, I went to Japan last year, and that was very interesting. Everyone was staring at me because I'm this young dude with fucking a little face tat, neck tattoos and stuff. But they didn't hate it. Like, every single day in Japan, I had someone come up to me and like, your tattoos are awesome. Like, who did them? Things like that. And it was just these like local Japanese guys. And I thought that was sick because I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be a lot more, fucking, like, they'd be looking down upon me, but they weren't. I think they're more socially acceptable everywhere, but
they
still
are.
Stigma.
Especially if you're in the industry. If you say, oh, well, I'm a tattoo artist, people kind of go, oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All the time, really, yeah.
Yeah, or people, you see people like, oh, that dude's in a band, or they're a rapper, or they're a tattoo artist.
Yeah, literally. So I was like, fuck it, why not? Do whatever you want, man.
That's it. I think that the whole, like, when the rappers started to get a lot more face tattoos, I feel like that's when kids decided, oh, that's how I want to do it as well.
Yeah.
And like that whole SoundCloud boom of like dudes getting it, and it kind of just set the precedent.
But they were all shit tattoos for the most part. It's like, do at least cool like face tats.
I know, but I think a lot of those SoundCloud rappers in the mid sort of 2010s and whatever just thought this is a cool way for me to just stand out from the crowd. And then you got kids, just normal kids, trying to emulate that. Yeah,
and it's all it is really is everyone trying to stand out from the crowd. Like, you get tattoos to show them off. I don't believe that you get tattoos really for yourself, because if it was for yourself, you'd just be happy fucking thinking about the tattoo.
Yeah.
But if it's on your skin, then you're representing that. Like, you're pushing that out there. Like, you can't get a hand tattoo or a face tattoo and then talk shit about people when they treat you differently. Because you're putting yourself in that position at the end of the day. And you got to understand that. Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people do get tattoos for different reasons, and there's probably people get them in discrete spots for themselves or for memories or that sort of thing. But, I guess people do it for all sorts of different reasons, but I guess they become super addictive. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're very addictive. Like, when you get one, not many people just have 1 or 2 tattoos. They'll end up getting a few more. They'll end up getting something here, end up getting something there. It's like, oh, I'd never get my chest tattooed. Then all of a sudden they got their full chest done. It
happens.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, man. I go through waves where I'll be like, all right, I'll get like a bunch of tattoos in like 6 months, and then I'll be like, I won't get any for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, it goes through waves for me, and I'm sure other people do too. But now, man, it's money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all.
No. And what do they say? They say cheap tattoos are not good and good tattoos are not cheap.
Yeah.
And that's true.
It's very true. It is very true. Like, very rarely you'll see someone doing good tattoos pretty cheap. And when you do, you want to fucking jump at it, really.
Yeah. But I think within the industry, people look after each other, especially when everyone's kind of quiet. I think that's kind of the bit of the barter system with tattoo artists. They looking after each other.
Yeah, like, I think a lot of people trade tattoos and stuff mainly, and they'll, like, if you're working at a shop with other people, you'll be tattooing all of them. Everyone will be tattooing each other. But I tattoo artists from other shops, and it's pretty cheap and stuff. Because, you're in the industry, you get a tattoo off them, that sort of stuff.
It's cool, that you're getting tattooed by somebody who really cares about the industry when they ask you, who did this one? Who did that one? Who did this one? Sometimes you get tattooed by people and they're just worried about the ones that they've done on you. But the people that break down, who did this? Where's that one? Oh, that. That they actually care about the culture.
Yeah, exactly. And doing that, it teaches you about so many artists. Like, I do that to everyone that walks in the shop, not just my clients.
But that means you care about it, though.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll recognize old tattoos, like old specific style trad tats. I'll be like, oh, I know who did that. Like, who did they do that, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, that's a new conversation. Tattoos are the best conversation starter.
They are.
Yeah, like, in public, I've walked up to so many random people with old tats. Like, old Dickie Reynolds tats, and you'd be like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah. And I'm guessing they like a younger person appreciate
it. Yeah. Like, people have been very shocked that I know some of those names and stuff when I've, like, put it out just at the market or whatever.
Yep.
It's been pretty cool.
Yeah, but I guess because you've got so many tattoos, you can do that. Imagine you went up reasonably clean skin and go, oi, who did that? They'd be like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah, I'd love to see, like, a clean skin, like, 18-year-old go up to someone, like, know the artist and, like, point it out. That'd be awesome.
It would be
That'd be unreal.
That'd be a good TikTok.
Yeah, that would be a good TikTok. Be unexpected.
Yeah,
super
for sure.
Unexpected.
Yeah, you'd have to do that thing where you mic someone up and put it in their ear, and, and you've got a video camera, and you go, go say this to that person.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, man. You got to, with the whole TikTok thing, you said that you just put it out there. Yep. You don't come up with the ideas or anything. You just think that's the best way to do it?
Yeah, well, I haven't really dived into, say, the skits and making videos like that too much. I've done a few of them, but not really. I kind of started off just posting purely in my Flash, and that did really well at the start. That kind of got a bit of a boost. And then I found that wasn't working as well because, like you said, it goes in cycles.
Yeah.
So the Flash kind of stopped after about a year, and then I just changed it because I didn't post tattoos on my TikTok for ages. It was purely just designs.
Right.
And then now I post a lot more designs, and I post a lot more tattoos than designs now. And then that does a lot better.
I think the thing is with TikTok, and like I said, I haven't used it for a while, but I did dive in a few years back. The more you try, the harder it becomes. I think when you just don't try, that somehow seems to work more.
Yeah, and it's consistency. It definitely rewards consistency.
Yeah. So every day.
Yeah, well, just as much as you can. Well, I probably haven't posted on for like a week, but I know when I'm going to start posting on it again, it's going to be all the fucking time.
Like every day, like more than once a day.
Yeah. Just throw whatever you can out there because it's like fishing. Just throw it. Like, you're not going to catch something if you don't throw it out. Yeah.
It's good advice, man. All right, so as we get close to wrapping things up, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the no comply thing and anything else that's coming up for Indie in the future, man?
Well, the move to Carlisle was pretty exciting. So if you want to come get a tattoo, then DM me.
Yep. Are you in the shop or are you in the private studio?
I'll be in the private. Yep, I'm in the private studio. So that'll be sick. And no comply. Yeah, if I can get around it while you can. If there's still tickets available, get on it. And be willing to support the artists, the community. When you get there, talk to everyone, network, meet people. That's what it's all about. So yeah.
I don't want to make more work for you, but if people can't get to the event, can they still buy the artwork?
Yep. So I'd say maybe a week or two after the event, there'll be a website going live with all the artwork and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Are you going to have someone like videography dude there, like taking anything like that?
Yeah, there'll be a fair few. There'll be probably like 4 or 5. People have hit me up doing it as well. Like people just randomly hit me up being like, oh, do you need someone to film for the night? So it's like, that was the whole goal, getting as many photographers and videographers for the whole event.
Wow.
Because, yeah, it's going to be about the post-event push.
The post-event for the next one?
Yeah. And for just selling all the art on the website and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, sounds awesome. And what was the charity that's going to?
It's going to Emerge. So it's all domestic violence sort of stuff. And I kind of want to change it up every year because I feel like I want to spread it all around. So next year I probably want to do men's mental health. Just mix it up because... yeah, spread awareness wherever.
Yeah, so
it's
about awareness as well as making the money.
Yeah, because we're not profiting anything from it. It's all going to the everything really.
And so the artists are donating their work.
Yeah.
So they're not taking 50% or anything.
Nah, everyone is 100% donating it, which is unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is great. So people that buy the artwork know that it's going straight to the cause.
Yeah, it's a pure donation. Yeah.
Good on you, man.
Nah, cheers, man. It's going to be sick.
Yeah. It's, not only will I'm sure it'll be fun, but it's really cool to see somebody giving something a crack that's young, man, and really like you know what you're doing at a young age. It's pretty inspiring.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, Indy, dude, thanks for coming in, man. I look forward to the 21st. No comply. Get your tickets at the Instagram.
Yeah.
The link's in the bio. Man, it's been a good chat, and it's really cool to see somebody who's so young and passionate about what you do. It's inspiring, dude.
No, cheers, brother. I appreciate it. And same with you. You're killing it with the podcast and getting everyone involved. It's awesome. Building more of a community.
Yeah, man. It's we do these things because we do them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just because someone's got to do them.
Yeah, no, that's it. If it's not us, then who is it?
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in. Thanks, dude.
No, legend, brother.
Cheers.
3,000.